Do you blame the weather? Do you blame your spouse? Do you blame your parents for not raising you right? Do you blame the school for not teaching you what you needed to learn to get through life? Do you blame your colleagues for not working hard enough? Do you blame your employees for not working hard enough? Do you blame your car for not starting, not working to the appropriate technical way it should? Do you blame the TV for having 2 ads? Do you blame your friends for not calling you? Do you blame yourself for not being good enough? Do you just like blaming people just for the fun of it? Of course you don't. But we do it. We blame people, we blame things, we blame situations, we blame the government, we blame whatever we can because we think that we're going to get something better by blaming. But the fact is, blaming is disempowering. It shifts the responsibility away from you to someone else. So you think you're doing something right. You think, okay, I will blame this person for this not happening. But what are you really doing? You're disempowering yourself. From that point of view, how can you take any action? How can you empower yourself? You can't. So in today's blog, I wanted to talk about blaming. What do you do when you blame a situation or a person? You disempower yourself by shifting the responsibility away from yourself. There's no peace. When you're constantly looking for things to complain about, there's no peace in your heart. There's no, there's a constant struggle. One of the tools that I suggest is, number one, first of all, you take complete responsibility for everything. I mean, every single thing that happens in your life. Whether it be the car breaking down, to the house burning down, you losing your job, not having enough work in your business, your spouse not being happy with you, your children being angry with you, your parents looking down at you, whatever it is, you take complete and ultimate responsibility on to yourself. From this point of view, you've got somewhere to go. You can take action. You can devise a plan to empower yourself. So the second tool that I suggest is you come up with, for a specific situation, you come up with 2 things. A list of things that are within your control and a list of things which are out of your control. And then you put the ones that are out of your control away and you focus on the list of things that are within your control and go to work on them. That's tool number 2 that you can utilize in getting away from the blame game. The next tool I suggest is just on the point of the first tool, being responsible for yourself. I take responsible. I break up the word and I take it to mean response-able. So you're having the ability to respond. The next thing I will mention is that if you are blaming someone or something, in particular a person, for a trait, an attitude, a value, or something that they've done, and you do not like that, this took me a while to understand, but if you do not like that thing in that person, it is a reflection of you, believe it or not. It is something within you that you do not like in them. So, taking it from this viewpoint, you have a lot more power. You can see a reflection. So if you see someone doing something you don't like and it really upsets you, and I'm not talking about annoying, I'm talking really upsets you to the point that you're sick, there is something within you, a similar pattern a similar trait that you have not reconciled. If it was not that, you would feel other things like compassion, wanting to help, understanding of, you'd want to understand what they're going through. So that's the third tool, being able to recognize that when things are upsetting you or annoying you, or really getting you worked up, there's something within you need to face. And once I woke up to this awareness, it really shifted my growing and the ability to understand other people and myself, in particular myself. The fourth tool I would mention is being able to let go of the blame. So you might use meditation, or simply writing down what you're blaming something, a situation, whatever it is, just writing it down. I blame this person for this, and this, and letting that go. Just the act of writing it down releases it from your consciousness, subconsciousness, and lets it go. The next tool, and this is the last tool I will mention about blaming, is the most powerful of them all, is to use effective blaming. What is effective blaming? So if you're going to blame someone for something, a situation, do it effectively, do it positively. Make sure you do it with all your energy. So if you're going to blame them for the bad things, and also blame them for the good things that have come into your life because of what happened, or what they said, or what they did. So, for example, someone might criticize you for some attribute, which you will then have to face. You can't hide from that. This may cause you to go and improve that ability or that skill, and you excel at that, or you become better at that. Blame them for that. Tell them, the next step is to go and actually reconcile that relationship or that situation, and go and tell them, even though that you said this to me and I got really upset, this something positive has come from that. And this technique of effective blaming really shifts the stuck energy, the anger, the resentment. It just lets go of all that, and it heals relationships, it heals situations, it reconciles relationships, and lets go of the past. And you can actually move leaps and bounds forward using this technique. So I hope you've gathered some awareness through the techniques that I've mentioned, through effective blaming. Just becoming aware that you're blaming people or situations is a first start. Understanding to take complete responsibility for everything, every single thing that's happening in your life, and just to take away the positive aspects from this video. So I hope you've gained something, and thank you for watching.